The phrase, "turn the other cheek," is often offered as advice in moments of conflict or hurt. But what does it truly mean to respond to adversity with such restraint? Many people have encountered situations where this guidance felt difficult or even impossible to follow. By challenging this familiar advice, we open the door to deeper reflection on our own reactions and choices. Consider a time when you were told to let something go and how that shaped your feelings or actions. As we explore this topic, think about your personal experiences and the impact this guidance has had on your life. Being told to simply accept mistreatment or betrayal can lead to a profound sense of emotional disconnect. Individuals may feel invalidated, as if their pain and experiences are being dismissed or minimized. This passive approach often breeds frustration, making it difficult to process hurt or seek resolution. Over time, the expectation to tolerate unfair treatment can erode self-esteem and trust, both in oneself and in others. The resulting emotional distance may manifest as withdrawal or resentment, complicating relationships and personal well-being. Recognizing and addressing these feelings is essential for fostering genuine healing and understanding. The phrase, "turning the other cheek," has long been associated with wisdom and moral strength. But is this approach always the best course of action? In many situations, responding to aggression with passivity is seen as virtuous. Yet, some argue it may invite further harm or disrespect. This section invites us to critically examine the true implications of this philosophy. By questioning its effectiveness and considering alternative perspectives, we can better understand whether turning the other cheek genuinely leads to positive outcomes. Let us explore the complexities behind this age-old advice. While this advice is often offered with good intentions, it's important to consider its potential drawbacks. In some cases, following such guidance can unintentionally create an environment where bullies feel empowered. Instead of addressing the underlying issues, it may allow harmful behavior to persist unchecked. This can leave those affected feeling unsupported and vulnerable. Recognizing these unintended consequences is crucial for fostering a safer and more respectful atmosphere. The concept of turning the other cheek has long been celebrated as an idealistic approach to conflict. Rooted in teachings that emphasize compassion and forgiveness, it suggests that responding to aggression with nonviolence is a mark of moral strength. This principle appeals to our highest aspirations, offering a vision of a world where kindness prevails over retaliation. By refusing to perpetuate cycles of anger, it promises the possibility of reconciliation and peace. Many are drawn to its simplicity and the hope that such restraint can inspire change in others. The beauty of this idea lies in its faith in human goodness and the belief that gentle responses can transform even the harshest encounters. Moral judo is a concept rooted in the belief that passive goodness can have a transformative effect on those who act with aggression. The theory suggests that responding to hostility with kindness, patience, or forgiveness may disrupt the expected cycle of retaliation and harm. By refusing to mirror aggression, individuals hope to inspire reflection and change in the aggressor, potentially leading to reconciliation. This approach relies on the idea that empathy and moral example can be powerful tools for breaking patterns of conflict. While moral judo does not guarantee immediate results, its proponents argue that it plants seeds for long-term transformation. Ultimately, the hope is that passive goodness will not only protect the vulnerable, but also encourage a shift toward more compassionate interactions. Cinematic fantasy often presents us with stories where challenges are neatly resolved and characters find happiness by the final scene. These narratives offer comfort, suggesting that every problem has a clear solution and every journey ends on a positive note. However, real life seldom unfolds with such predictability. Outcomes are frequently uncertain, and resolutions can be messy or incomplete. Unlike the movies, personal growth and change rarely happen overnight. While films may inspire hope, it's important to recognize that genuine progress often requires patience, resilience, and acceptance of ambiguity. Aggressors often operate under the assumption that silence or lack of resistance equates to acceptance. When someone fails to assert their boundaries, bullies may interpret this as an open invitation to push further. This dynamic reinforces their behavior, as each passive response is seen as tacit approval. Over time, the absence of clear limits can embolden aggressors, making them more likely to escalate their actions. Understanding this pattern is crucial, as it highlights the importance of communicating boundaries clearly and consistently. Without such signals, bullies are likely to continue, believing their actions will go unchallenged. Imagine your personal boundaries as an electric fence. Bullies approach cautiously, probing for any sign of resistance. If they sense a strong current, a clear, assertive response, they're likely to back off. But if the fence seems inactive or easily bypassed, they recognize an opportunity to push further. This testing is deliberate, as bullies seek out those who comply or hesitate to enforce their limits. The absence of resistance invites repeated intrusions, gradually eroding confidence and safety. Maintaining a charged fence, through consistent and firm boundaries, signals that you are not easily exploited. Throughout childhood, many are taught to ignore bullies or simply turn the other cheek, believing this approach will diffuse conflict. However, real-life experiences often tell a different story. When bullies are met with silence or passive responses, their behavior can escalate, sensing vulnerability or lack of resistance. In the workplace, similar patterns emerge. Ignoring harassment or unfair treatment frequently emboldens the aggressor, leading to increased hostility or more severe actions. These examples highlight that passive strategies rarely resolve the issue and can sometimes worsen the situation. Addressing such behavior directly and assertively is often necessary to prevent further escalation. Passivity in the face of aggression often sends a powerful message to those who initiate harm. When aggressors encounter no resistance or consequences, they may interpret this silence as acceptance or approval of their actions. This lack of response can embolden them, making it more likely that the harmful behavior will continue or even escalate. Over time, such patterns can create a cycle where aggression is repeatedly tolerated and normalized. The absence of accountability not only affects the immediate victim, but can also influence the broader environment, encouraging others to act similarly. Breaking this cycle requires recognizing the impact of passivity and taking steps to address harmful actions directly. When individuals accept mistreatment without response, the social contract that binds communities begins to unravel. This silent tolerance can lead to a gradual erosion of trust, both within oneself and among peers. Internally, people may experience feelings of powerlessness, diminished self-worth, and chronic stress. On a societal level, unchecked mistreatment can normalize harmful behaviors, fostering environments where injustice is overlooked and empathy declines. Over time, these patterns weaken the collective sense of responsibility and mutual respect that are essential for healthy social interactions. The breakdown of this contract not only harms those directly affected, but also undermines the integrity of the wider community. Passivity in the face of aggression sends two powerful messages, often without words. First, it can embolden aggressors, signaling that their behavior will go unchallenged and may even be tolerated. This lack of resistance can encourage them to continue or escalate their actions. Second, passivity can erode an individual's sense of self-worth. By not standing up for oneself, a person may internalize the belief that their feelings and boundaries are less important. Over time, this can lead to diminished confidence and a weakened sense of personal agency. Recognizing these dual effects is essential for understanding the broader impact of passive responses in challenging situations. When individuals engage in unchecked bad behavior, the consequences extend far beyond isolated incidents. Such actions gradually undermine the social contract, which is built on mutual trust and shared expectations. As communal standards begin to erode, people may feel less safe and less inclined to cooperate with one another. This breakdown can lead to increased tension and a diminished sense of belonging within the community. Ultimately, the fabric of society relies on everyone upholding certain norms, and when those norms are disregarded, the collective well-being is put at risk. In the world of business, accountability acts as the backbone of success. Companies rely on clear roles and responsibilities to ensure that objectives are met and mistakes are addressed. Similarly, in law, accountability is the foundation of justice. Rules and consequences maintain order and protect rights. Without these structures, both business and legal systems would falter, leading to confusion and loss of trust. This principle extends beyond organizations and institutions. It applies to personal dignity as well. Just as a company thrives when its members are held accountable, individuals maintain self-respect and integrity by taking responsibility for their actions. In every functional system, accountability is not just a requirement. It is what sustains trust, order, and progress. The idea that we must choose between being a doormat or seeking revenge is a false dichotomy that oversimplifies human responses to mistreatment. This narrative suggests that our only options are passive acceptance or aggressive retaliation, leaving no room for healthy boundaries or assertive communication. By framing the situation in such stark terms, it discourages people from exploring balanced approaches that protect their dignity without causing harm. As a result, many well-intentioned individuals feel trapped, believing that standing up for themselves inevitably means becoming vindictive. This misconception keeps good people powerless, preventing them from advocating for their needs in constructive ways. Recognizing the spectrum of choices available empowers individuals to respond to challenges with confidence and integrity. At this pivotal stage, we encounter the aha moment, a realization that transforms our approach to challenging situations. Rather than choosing between passive acceptance or aggressive confrontation, a third, more powerful option emerges: assertive boundary setting. This method allows individuals to communicate their needs and limits clearly, without hostility or submission. Assertive boundary setting is not only morally sound, but also highly effective, fostering respect and understanding in relationships. By expressing ourselves honestly and respectfully, we create space for genuine dialogue and mutual growth. This approach empowers us to uphold our values while maintaining healthy connections with others. Healthy assertion involves expressing your boundaries clearly and respectfully. It means calmly and firmly saying no to behavior that you find unacceptable without becoming aggressive or withdrawing into passivity. This approach allows you to stand up for yourself while maintaining respect for others. By practicing healthy assertion, you communicate your needs and limits directly, helping to prevent misunderstandings and resentment. It is a key skill for fostering balanced and respectful relationships. Establishing clear boundaries is essential for fostering genuine respect in relationships. When individuals communicate their limits and expectations, it creates an environment where everyone feels valued and understood. Boundaries serve as protective measures, helping to disrupt cycles of abuse by making it clear what behaviors are unacceptable. This not only empowers individuals to advocate for their own well-being, but also encourages others to act with consideration and empathy. On a broader scale, societies that promote healthy boundaries tend to experience lower rates of interpersonal conflict and greater overall harmony. By respecting boundaries, we contribute to safer, more supportive communities where trust can flourish. True moral leadership is defined not only by compassion, but also by the courage to set boundaries. Protecting oneself and others means refusing to enable harmful behavior, even when it is difficult or unpopular. Leaders who uphold these principles foster environments where respect and safety are prioritized. By standing firm against actions that cause harm, they demonstrate integrity and responsibility. This approach encourages healthier relationships and a culture of accountability. Ultimately, moral leadership is about making choices that safeguard the well-being of everyone involved. In summary, adopting assertive and principled responses to conflict can lead to healthier interactions and more constructive outcomes. By standing firm in your values while communicating clearly and respectfully, you foster mutual understanding and resolve disagreements more effectively. Each conflict presents an opportunity for personal growth and learning. Reflecting on your own experiences and sharing insights with others can further enhance your ability to navigate challenging situations. Remember, assertiveness is not about aggression, but about expressing yourself honestly and confidently while respecting others. Your perspective and experiences are valuable in shaping a more positive approach to conflict resolution.